We're here in Kendall Ice Arena in Kendall, Florida, where the current second place team in the third division of College Hockey South, the Miami Hurricanes, who are 8-2 on the year, play host to the Florida Tech Panthers, currently right at 500, 6-6 on the year. However, they have lost their last 3 of 4 every time they've traveled. Currently, University of Miami at 8-2, right here at Kendall. Hello and welcome into the broadcast booth. My name is Ryan Lee, here for the University of Miami Hurricanes Hockey Network. So glad to be with you on this Friday evening as we go through the starting netminders between the Florida Tech Panthers and the Miami Hurricanes. Starting the lone end of the rink, Jamie Brooks, number 31 for the University of Miami. He's currently playing his first action of the year. Justin Howarder, on the other hand, the 5'10" sophomore from Satellite Beach, Florida, is currently 5 games played, 2-3 on the year, with 3.6 goals allowed as we are underway here in Kendall to start things off. A little bit of chippiness inside of the Miami zone as neither team can really gain possession. A little bit of friendly fire between a couple of Canes as they turn it back the other way. Ferry with speed into the offensive zone, takes on 3 Panthers all by himself, and a turnover the other way, regained by the Hurricanes. Miami currently 8-2 on the year in their 10 games played. Max Mensimer holds in the neutral circle. Max Schneider over on the corner, swings this one around with a wide angle shot. Couldn't get the deflection he was looking for from Abin. Mensimer with recovery. Shot from the point goes off of a leg. And now Tech comes back the other way. No icing call as the dump in for Florida Tech. Both teams will make some changes. Max Mensimer backhands this one, flutters out of the zone. Tommy Ferry with the interception, as Schneider will enter the offensive zone. Schneider, pestered, cannot get the shot off before it's stripped away by Howarder. Howarder comes near side, unable to connect to Chancio, and Miami will take it back in their own zone. Trottier will dump it around the boards before he goes off for a change. Tech cannot get it out of their legs, so it's going to be coming along near side. Callaghan taken by Moore. Back to the point, deflected, they score! Jared Fensterstock on the deflection from the point shot, and Miami is up only a minute 40 into this game. It was a shot from the point from 22, Ricky Kashakani, tipped in front of the net from Jared Fensterstock, and Fensterstock, with his third goal of the year, opens up the scoring only a minute 41 into this match. A little bit of a position battle right at center ice. Miami wins the face-off once more. Early possession here for the Canes has been their friend. They're already up 1-0, less than 2 minutes into this game. Into the offensive zone comes Zadaikis. Back to the point, there in front, they score! Owens from Zadaikis! And this line of Fensterstock, Owens and Moore produced twice in 20 seconds. A quick offensive zone rush for the Hurricanes just sets up Raymond Owens all by himself for his 6th goal of the year. He's had 0 points in the first 5 games, a tough start for him, but he has been rolling ever since. 9 points in his last 5 games for Owens, and Miami now up 2-0, exactly 2 minutes into this game. Florida Tech deep inside the Miami area. A hard hit behind the net of the Hurricanes produces a penalty against Florida Tech. There goes the possession. And a roughing penalty up against Florida Tech. It was Jared Fensterstock center stock at 141 into this game. Raymond Owens 159 in, and only 220 into this match. A 2-minute power play on a roughing penalty against Cohen Howarder will set Miami on the power play. Currently top unit in terms of the 3rd Division of College Hockey South in terms of power play goals scored. Near side, cannot corral. Reset, Mensimer on the near side for Turlik. Behind the net, Miami maintains possession. Licari back for Mensimer, deflected off of a leg. Mensimer swings this one up. Deflected away, held on. Callahan backhands around the boards. Jake Turlik looks for an open man, cannot find it, so Majewski will shoot this one out of the zone. First 45 seconds burnt off this clock as Miami backhander scores! Sam Stone from the point to the top corner. 3-0 Miami, 3 minutes in on the power play. Stone will just carry this coast to coast with a nifty backhander, top corner, 3-0 Miami, 3:09 into this opening period. And a timeout for Florida Tech.
It's on. I have red lights on.
Florida Tech takes their timeout as only 3:09 into this first period.
How do I find that?
Florida Tech is already down by a triple, including the power play goal from Sam Stone.
Settings.
That is the 19th goal on the power play for University of Miami that keeps them at the lead in terms of power play goals scored. And an early lead here for the Hurricanes, for a team who has been excellent all year round, especially when playing here at Kendall. They've won their last 5 consecutive games for the Hurricanes, and they are coming out right out of the gate with a 3-0 lead, including the power play goal from Sam Stone. Tech wins the face-off inside of the Hurricane zone, swung around the boards, back behind the net. Howarder stays in net, no goalie change here for Florida Tech as they struggle to let this one leave their zone. Florida Tech look to bank it into the Miami zone. They're offside, so they have to retreat. Nas cannot quite get around Cormier. Cormier, Nas, tumble hard into the boards. Loose puck behind the net, comes back in front, no one can quite retrieve. Back behind the net again, Nas lost it. Florida Tech regains, held in for possession by Michael Nas. And the whole Miami line will take a wholesale change as Florida Tech turns over once more. Grady Abbin along the near side. Abbin continues to fight. Abbin losing possession to Morgia. Morgia up but not out. Ferry with possession on the half wall. Ferry, Abbin cannot elude the flurry of Tech defenders up against the half wall. Behind the net for Schneider. Looks for the wraparound. And now looks for options. Backhander for Abbin. Abbin back to the point. Lets that one fly. That one goes off of a leg. Rebounded in front. Scramble goes wide. And Ferry continues to regain at the corner before it gets stolen away by Florida Tech. Shipped away by Abbin, but cannot continue the possession. 2-on-2 for Florida Tech. Backhander disconnected. Cannot find the intended target. Rutt. Behind the net of Brooks. A near costly turnover as it comes out of the zone in a 2-on-1. Schneider has Ferry, and that one was held off by Howarder. Abbott and Ferry continue to fight before Florida Tech steals possession. Mensimer battles with Rossi before it comes back for Michelini. Michelini behind his own net, cannot evade the barrage of defenders. A chance up in front for Florida Tech, cannot go. Near side, Matthew Schneider. Goes to center, Tommy Ferry on a breakaway, stop, rebound, scores! Raymond Owens, his second of the day! And UM is up 14:06 to go in the first. Owens with a pair, and on the breakaway for Tommy Ferry, initially denied, rebounded by Owens. And we have only crossed 5:54 into this first period. In front of the Miami bench, a little bit of a scuffle, no one able to regain collection. Hell off on the far side, Sincata gets another potential break here for the Canes. Driving to the net, no one can quite get available there. Still available behind the net, no one with clear possession before it gets stolen away. Rossi with the bank. Sincata plays it up, cannot find Owens, who's already scored a pair today. Raymond Owens, watch out for him. He scored a hat trick a couple weeks ago versus USF. He already has 2 so far with 6.5 into the first period. Brendan Moore along the near side. Moore has to stop, turn, shoots that one towards the net. It is up and out on the clearance and retrieve by Zadikis. Sincata, near side, Moore. Moore looks to make a move. Moore drives to the net. Kicked away that time by Howarder. Can't get the other opportunity there. Florida Tech unable to clear. Another chance up in front. Backhander. That one trickles up in the air for Lakari. And cleared into neutral ice. Mansimer plays up to Callahan. Intercepted the other way. Trottier. Trottier looks to make a move. Cannot make anything go. Derek Morgia in the far corner, deep in the Miami zone. 12.5 in the first, 4-0 currently for Miami. Set up in front, rebound up in front, and that one is held off by Jamie Brooks. First time we've heard Brooks' name all day. First shot on goal for Florida Tech. First stop for Jamie Brooks in his first action of the year. And it's got to be looking beautiful for this Miami Hurricane side and Jamie Brooks not having to play from behind. Establishing the lead only 100 seconds in as the puck comes off of the ceiling. So that will go out of play. Puck will remain inside of the Miami zone. 12.25 to go in the first. Scramble in front of the slot. No one can retrieve. Blockered away by Brooks. Swung around the net. Mansimer inside of his own zone. Flutters this one. Miami unable to contain. Mansimer drops off for Stone. Batted down by Majewski before it's turned over the other way. Scramble at the slot. No one can quite get possession. Gupta cannot corral as Florida Tech comes the other way. Panthers get a penalty off of the rush as it's blocked away off of Brooks, and the possession comes against the Canes. Power play coming up for Florida Tech. The first time we'll see their unit come up. As we see this drive coming in from Florida Tech, a 3-on-2. Late hit along the Miami bench is going to be the call. Roughing him right into that little corner board. As right now, Miami is up on Florida Tech 4-0, but Florida Tech have the power play. And that one clears the zone. Jared Green has to retreat. Green for Morgia. Morgia cannot get away from Nas. Morgia near side for Green. Cross ice pass a little bit too far for the intended target. Here's a break potentially for Miami. Goes off of a leg. Jonathan Nas will just swipe it away before he goes to the bench. "30 seconds deep into the extra man opportunity for Florida Tech. Off to the far side, off of Cohen Hoeter, before Miami regains possession, whips it around the boards and out. Derek Morgia has Schneider all over him. Got away for a second before it comes down the length of the ice, icing against the Panthers. And referees sorting things out in front of the Florida Tech Panthers bench because of a potential illegal change. 55 seconds deep inside of the Florida Tech power play. On the roughing call, that was against Owen Gupta. Now Florida Tech reset behind their own net. A little too far. Matt Schneider's the first one there. Easily dumped in. 50 seconds left to go on the kill for Miami. In front of the Florida Tech bench, it's Morgia, intercepted by Schneider. He has a man up in front. Schneider, Abbin, great save from Hoeter. On the shorthanded rush for Miami, another backhanded chance for Schneider. Dips into the corner, half a minute to go in the power play for Florida Tech. Another potential turnover here, comes to neutral ice where the Panthers will recollect. Derek Morgia drives to the net, kicked away by Brooks. No second opportunity there as Evan Zadaikis will shoot it out. Quarter minutes in the power play. As we just crossed a half-minute mark of the first period of play, Miami currently up 4-0. That is about it for the power play for Florida Tech as they come in. That shot goes wide. Another chance comes here. Sincencio dumps this in, looking for Rossi in the near corner. Miami does a good job erasing the threat as Ferry centers up in front for Moore. Cannot corral before it gets poked away by Owens. Comes back the other way. Goes Del Pole, drops it off, and that one just shot wide by Rossi. And a potential 3-on-1 here for the Canes. Here's Moore, centering up in front, a little too much passing up in front. Fencerstock cannot connect. As Rossi comes into the offensive zone, Rossi, pestered by McClellan, goes for the wraparound. Cannot find anybody up in front before it's held in the zone by Green, and that will be whistled down offside on the play. Just under 9 to go in the first. All the Florida Tech defenders were deep behind the Miami net, drew this 3-on-1 for the Hurricanes. However, one pass too many that most likely would have been a wide open net for Owens. He could have taken the hat trick only 11 minutes into this game, but chose not to for Fencerstock, who could not bury. Dunklin McClellan whips it around the boards. Green having to be the first one there. Fluttered up into neutral ice for Rutt. Rutt looks to make an opportunity, easily kicked away by Brooks. Held on, Fencerstock in front of the Miami bench. Owens fights along as well. Owens cannot clear the zone. Jarred it loose for a second, but not much longer. Morgia contains. Morgia looks for an open man. Deflection up in front, goes away. Brandon Moore speeds along. Moore weaves through defenders. And now Moore plays it behind his own net, just centering up in front, looking for a hopeful deflection as it gets banked off the boards towards center. Duncan McClellan will shoot it in and go off for a change. Miami will do a wholesale change. Florida Tech will make an exchange as well. Turned away by Brooks. Held on for Stone. Mensimer. 7.5 to go in the first period. All the way down, Majorjuski takes it himself. Pestered by Turlik. Turlik looks for the turnover. Held off by Majorjuski. Bounced around off the board. Callahan back to the front. That one blockered away by Howarder. Another chance goes just wide. Callahan back to the point. That one goes off of a leg. No second chance there for Miami before it flutters away. Justin Howarder has to hang on. This is just good puck pressure from the Miami Hurricanes, maintaining possession. If they see an open man, just take it. Centering feet up in front by Mensimer. That one went over the net. Could have created another scoring opportunity for the D-man and alternate captain Max Mensimer. Shot up in front by Turlick, goes off of a leg. Turlick continues to battle on the half wall. Cannot find anyone there on the face-off dot. Back to center. Stone. Mensimer. Poked away this time by the Panthers. They have Rossi. Follow up. Rebound cannot go there. Another chance in front for the Panthers, but goes away as it's going to be Lakari and a 2-on-1 for the Canes. McCallan shoots. He scores! Mac Callahan buries this one for the 5-0 lead. 6:40 in the first. And that's 2 goals in 2 straight games for Mac Callahan. It's just what Miami's done all game. Poke the puck away from the defender, create those odd man rushes, and instead of passing it across to Turlick, that one was all alone for the score. And now Miami looks to create pressure again. Wide angle shot off of the chest of Howarder. And this is cleared back inside the Miami zone. Held in by the Panthers. Howarder. Fanned on the shot was Buckley. Kept inside of the zone. Morgia cannot contain. Miami goes the other way. Backhanded back to neutral ice. Tommy Ferry comes off of the bench. Ferry bobs and weaves. Ferry lets that one fly high and wide. Held in at the point by Sadikis. Not much available there. Green cannot contain. Ferry, a little bit too much reach there as it comes on near side. Ferry for Chancio. And just fluttered up into the Miami zone as the Panthers make a wholesale change. Wilson Cotta behind his own net. Sadikis goes cross for Schneider. Schneider will stop, turn, hold for Abbin. Schneider re-retrieve. Schneider fires, that one goes wide. Held in by Declan McClellan. Around the net. Cannot find anything available. Florida Tech regains possession. Flutters this one, not out. Schneider keeps it in. Schneider with the dangle cannot make it go. Grady Abbin looks to make some magic work. Schneider for Ferry in front. That one goes wide. Back to the point again, but right through the legs of Chris Michelini, who has not played since the 21st of October against South Florida. He's getting his first chance back in the lineup today. Setting up in front, Schneider cannot go. As that is just shot in, deflect off the leg of McClellan. And deep inside of Miami territory, Michelini will have to collect. In front of the Miami bench, and Miami will just simply dump this one out before it comes back into the Miami zone for McClellan. Deflected away, still just barely getting out. And now it's going to be Schneider the other way. Schneider and Rossi battling with each other before it comes around for Pestone. Cannot clear was Pestone. And here's a chance for the Canes. Held on. Owens has a pair of goals already. Drops it off for Kashikani in front. That deflection goes wide. Another chance for the Canes. A little dipsy doodle dangle. Held on a little too far for Owens. And a penalty was called on the play for a cross check along the way. This one's going to be a cross check against Stephen Rossi. As Owens tried to get it all done himself, he just couldn't bury his third. But now a cross-checking penalty will force a 2-minute power play against Andrew Pestone with 3.5 to go in the first. Miami already up by 5. They were 1 for 1 in their first chance. That was buried in by Stone. Kyle McGuire along the far boards. For Owens, back to the point. Moore. Owens, cross-ice pass, Fensterstock scores! Fensterstock opened up the scoring and puts in the 5th on the power play. Jarrett Fensterstock, 2 goals all today. And this is just nice puck possession from the Hurricanes. Florida Tech just had no answers for Jarrett Fensterstock, and that is exactly 16:45 into the first. Miami will turn. Sam Stone holds. 3 minutes left to go in the first with a 6-0 lead. Stone buried by a barrage of bodies. That one is held on, up and out of play as Turlick could not hang on. 6-0 for the Hurricanes, just under 3 to go in the first. Draw won by the Canes. Near side, Turlick deflection. That one is off of Howarder. Another chance here for the Canes, deep in the offensive zone. Center up in front, held off. Another chance, Howarder gets the denial. Morgia cannot get away. Mensimer will dump it in. Callahan waits, tries to flood it for Turlick, cannot get the swipe on it. Before it comes back for Mensimer, turned over the other way, a little too far for the intended target, Chancio, and Miami will recollect. Both teams make changes. Sam Stone lost it, Turlick recovers. It goes back to Stone on the half wall, centering up in front, cannot find the intended target, Turlick for the deflection. Here comes Morgia, has an opportunity here. Rossi overskated just a touch. Mensimer back to get the defensive stick on there as we're just about 1:50 to go in the first. Jonathan Nas drives the net, wraparound, save, rebound in front. No one can quite find it. Nas with a chance again, cannot find it. Sincata overskates. Here comes Mierzewski. Mierzewski fights on the half wall with Sadaikis before it comes to Nas the other way. Jonathan Nas, chop off. That shot goes just wide from Owen Gupta. Wilson Kata poked that in before the Panthers bounce it off the boards. And a penalty coming up against the Panthers once again. Flutter on the boards. And that will draw the third power play opportunity for the University of Miami. Only a minute left in the first period. Already up by a half a dozen. It's the same starting unit where Miami, already coming in with the top unit in terms of power play goals scored, continue as they've already buried both opportunities on the power play. Ferry with Schneider and Aben, and on the back line is Michelini and McClellan. And a little bit of a discussion between the Florida Tech bench, the coaching staff, and the referees. Wanting a quick word, and the conference call has ended. Ferry looks to maintain. Aben with the shot. Up up in front, and they score again. Max Schneider on the rebound. Grady Abbin with the initial shot. 7-0. Miami over Florida Tech. The big thing to really notice about this play is the effort from Tommy Ferry to not only win possession but win the draw. Abbin with a shot up in front and Schneider to bury. Abbin and Ferry will get the assist on the Schneider goal as a tangle up right at center. Nas cannot get away from Morgia. Morgia holds. That's 3 for 3 on the power play for UM. From Fensterstock, Schneider, and Stone. And that doesn't even make up half of the goals that were scored. Potential 3-on-2 for the Canes, thwarted by the Panthers. Right in front of the Miami bench, final 20 seconds to go in the first. Overshot. And a charging penalty against Florida Tech. That looks like it's Cohen Howarder going to the sin bin. That's what they mark it on the scoreboard. Cohen Howarder will take a seat, the freshman from Seattle Beach, Florida. The younger brother of Justin, the current netminder of the Florida Tech Panthers. And this is shot down. Miami holds. Gupta goes across ice. Nas will shoot this in, and that will see the first period expire. 7-0 after one. And if you're Florida Tech, so far they've been rocked like a hurricane from the Hurricanes. 1:45 left on the extra man when we come back for the second. They currently hold a 7-0 lead, are the Miami Hurricanes, and Jamie Brooks has been perfect. 7-0 for Miami as they lead the Florida Tech Panthers. I know. I saw the lower third. I know. I saw the lower third, and I was like, final statement. Miami Hurricanes up. We're back here at Kendall Ice Arena between the Florida Tech Panthers and the University of Miami Hurricanes. The Canes currently have a touchdown lead on the Florida Tech Panthers as they switch ends of the ice. Jared Fenderstock got a pair of goals along with his centerman Raymond Owens. Max Schneider buried one, as well as Matt Callahan and Sam Stone all contributing. 3 for 3 on the power play were the Miami Hurricanes, while the Florida Tech Panthers were unable to capitalize. As we begin play here in the second period, Miami in the whites with the green pants going from left to right. Florida Tech in their reds and blacks going from right to left. With all of us here at the University of Miami Hurricane Hockey Network, I'm Ryan Lee. Thank you so much for joining us here at Kendall Ice Arena. And right now, calling this game a one-sided affair is exactly how to put it. You can argue it's a little generous as well, as there's a little bit of a hiccup on the ice. A little bit of chit-chat amongst the players and the officials, double-checking the ice issue that was inspected during the intermission. Right now, it's this game versus Florida Tech before Miami has to travel to Florida Tech tomorrow. And also, there was a scramble up because Miami was on the power play. They have another minute 45 left to go to start things off on the charging call that was taken against Cohen Howarder as Miami takes it back in their own zone. Sam Stone disrupted by Devin LaPole. Aben goes far side for Schneider. Enters the offensive zone. Schneider looks for an opportunity. Back to the point, Mansomer. Mansomer, too far for Stone, out of the reach. And this will be disrupted again by Stone, pestering all over DePaul. And this will be shot in by the Florida Tech Panthers as Brooks will leave it behind. Sam Stone to center for Aben. Max Schneider goes cross ice. Ferry waits. Back for Aben. Final minute to go in the power play. Ferry with a drive. High, wide, over the top mesh out of play. A nice drive in front of the net by Tommy Ferry. He's kind of been that offensive catalyst for this team, leading this team in every offensive category. However, he struggled to find the net in the 2-game series against Florida State. But that hasn't stopped him from producing the best he can, where he's currently 4th in goals in the College Hockey South 3rd Division. As the final change comes on for Florida Tech, Miami will take the face-off to the direct right of Howarder. Wraparound opportunity here for the Canes. Final 45 seconds to go in the power play. Only a minute into the period. Back to the point. McGuire goes near side. Moore with a shot. Blocked off of a body in front. Moore again. Holds. And back to the point, McGuire. 30 seconds left to go in the kill for Florida Tech. Backhand for Fensterstock. That one goes wide. Owens looking for the hat trick for Fensterstock. A little bit overshot. Moore for Owens. Banks it off to himself. Quarter minute left to go in the power play. Brendan Moore. As the shoot-in from McGuire gets thwarted, cleared out of the zone, and that should just about do it for the extra body out there for the Hurricanes. Moore drives to the net, cannot get anywhere. Morgia's the first one there in front of the Miami bench. No one can quite retrieve. Back to 5-on-5, 2 minutes into the seconds. Moore, cross ice, Fensterstock has to hold. Fensterstock deflected away by Howarder. Shot up in front of the zone. No one can escape except for a couple Panthers. Kept inside of the offensive zone. Unable to hold on. Back to center for Green. The captain of this Florida Tech Panthers team will just dump this one in as it's held on by McGuire. A near turnover almost turns into a chance as that one goes wide. The shot off. Another opportunity there for Medeiros, and that one also goes wide. Callahan turns it over. Majewski does it himself, takes the shot, swallowed up by Jamie Brooks. Scoring chances aplenty both ways. Only 3 minutes into the second period, as that was the opportunity provided there for Florida Tech. They were unable to capitalize. Still a 7-0 lead for the Hurricanes. Justin Howarder still remains the netminder in red on the other side. Shot gets deflected away and held off by Zdakis. Zdakis gets a pounding, but not before he holds on behind the Florida Tech net with the center up in front, rebound up in front. No one can find the puck before it squirts loose and tipped away by Medeiros. Medeiros to the back for Pestone. Wrap around the boards. Miami with the interception. Here comes Licari. Cannot reclaim inside the zone before it comes out to center. Turlick rips one high and wide. Another chance up in front. No wraparound opportunity there for Callahan, who's already scored a goal so far today. Florida Tech claiming the penalty right in front of the Miami bench, but the Hurricanes maintain possession. Back wide, Licari contains. 4 minutes into the second period of play. Licari with a shot. That one flutters high into the corner. Sincata will take it himself, but not before it flutters back inside of the Miami zone. Both teams make changes, held away from the Canes. Sincata with the bank. Goes over for Nas with the shot, caught by Howarder. So after this game today versus Florida, we'll check now. A little bit of a substitution issue comes against the Panthers. 15:43 in period 2, as well as the first and second against St. Leo and Florida Southern right here in Kendall. All of that will be right here on the University of Miami Hurricanes Hockey Network, right here on YouTube, where you can subscribe and interact with all of us right here on the YouTube, right here on YouTube. As the penalty comes up, power play will come, and a tripping is the penalty, and this will provide the second opportunity for the Florida Tech Panthers to get on the man advantage. Tripping against Owen Gupta. That was actually the first. Gupta was in the box already. He serves his second penalty of the day. And now a power play opportunity for Florida Tech. Potentially a chance for them to get on the board. Ferry cannot corral the draw before it comes around. Mansomer whips that one around the boards and unable to be kept into the zone by Buckley. Howarder places for Buckley. Marjuski spins it up for Buckley. Tangled up by Schneider. We'll just deflect this one towards the Miami bench before it gets corralled by DePaul. Marjuski back for DePaul. One of the alternate captains on this team enters the offensive zone. Drops back. Chancio will ring it around the boards. Marjuski will take this one back towards center into his own defensive zone. First 45 burnt off for the power play for Florida Tech. They've struggled on the power play. Only 10 power play goals scored, which is 6th in College Hockey South. However, for this Miami penalty kill unit, they allow the most power play goals. Now another chance up in front, back to the point. Marjuski holds, whip around the boards before it comes back for DePaul in the corner. DePaul unable to corral. Stone will fire this one off. And the only one there all alone is Schneider. And that is poked away. Good defensive stick from Howarder, knowing that Schneider was there. And now an offensive zone entry for Rossi. Whistle down, offsides. 35 to go in the Gupta penalty. Exactly 14 minutes to go in the second period of play. Coming into today, University of Miami was tied for the most points in all of the third division of College Hockey South, only second to University of Alabama, as a penalty will come against the looks like it's coming against the Florida Tech Panthers. We'll see what the call is. It looks like we will skate 4-on-4 for a little while, as Andrew Pestone will sit in the box again. So we'll have 35 seconds of 4-on-4 play, a minute 25 of power play time, and a penalty against Andrew Pestone puts this game with 4 skaters aside. Shot up in front, deflected off of the glove of Brooks on the shot from Morgia. Now a transition the other way. Fensterstock cannot get the shot to go. Fensterstock continues to battle, has backup from Abin. Abin on his knees, stolen away by Morgia, and now Morgia to create an opportunity here for the Panthers. Wide shot, blocker away from Brooks. At the corner, Jared Green steps up before it gets taken away. Abin cannot clear. Morgia looks for space. Stolen away. Fensterstock already has a pair today. Fensterstock with a cross-ice pass. Cannot find the intended target. Fensterstock stays with it. Backhander. And that one is swallowed up by Howarder. Great scoring opportunities both ways on the 4-on-4. However, this was the real chance. Jarrett Fensterstock, currently 3 points in the game, looking for the cross-ice pass before the diving block was made up in front. That looked like it was Ryan Cormier with the diving block. And the face-off is back to center ice. Power play has penalties expired for Gupta, so now we're back to 5-on-4. Excuse me, both penalties expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Bob and weave from Moore into the Florida Tech zone. Cannot find anyone available. Raymond Owens is in the corner. Owens holds near side. Zadakis with a weave cannot provide anything. Over skating for Owens, out of his reach. Moore looks to recover. Moore behind the Florida Tech net. Wraps around for Owens. Fensterstock behind the net. Along the far half wall, Fensterstock looks for Sincata. Sincata cannot quite get the deflection he wanted to. Taken away by Zadakis before any more damage can be done. But Chancio's all over Zadakis right now as it's taken away by Owens. Owens with a lucky deflection there, and Fensterstock has to come back and retreat. Back for Moore. Moore's got a break. Moore, Deke, lost it. Rebound over the net. 8 minutes deep into the second period. Miami still up. Miami up 8-0 as we get shot back into the defending ice for Miami. Zadakis carries himself, setting up in front. Owens can't get the deflection. Zadakis again looks for the deflection, cannot get the lucky bounce off of the stick of Callahan. Another chance off of the glove, bouncing around, no one can quite get it. Callahan along the corner, 11 1/4 to go in the second. Backhanded inside of the zone. Owens dangles, backhander, and into the chest of Howarder.
That was a roll back there.
This line of Fensterstock, Owens, and Moore have been dominating essentially the entirety of the way through with 11:10 to go in the second period. That's today's date. Tomorrow's is at Florida Southern. As the puck trickles inside the neutral ice, now the Panthers have a 2-on-1. Here comes Buckley, cross-ice pass, glove down by Brooks, denying the shot of Patrick Kelly. Miami continues to backhand, continues to fight along the Panthers' bench. Stolen away. Callahan holds Callahan behind the cage of the Panthers. Florida Tech fans praying for a whistle. Not going to receive. Lakari will chip this one up right into the bench and out of play. And this is going to be a interesting situation going on as the Miami Hurricanes will make a goalie switch. Jamie Brooks is off. Ethan Gainey gets his opportunity in net. Jamie Brooks done a stellar job so far today. Half of this game played. But he will take a seat. 10 1/4 left to go in the second period. Ethan Gainey is now in net. We'll see if this change can potentially spring some life into the Florida Tech Panthers as they have kept in Justin Howarder. 7 goals allowed. Behind the net of Gainey, touched up by Mensimer. Penalty for roughing against the Canes. Bit of a scuffle behind the net, and it was that behind the back shot from Sam Stone. He takes a seat for 2, just under 10 minutes to go in the second period. Stone with the bump, with the attacker from behind. Fans clamoring for the penalty. They finally get their chance. And a little bit of confusion there as Michael Nas does not know whether he's on or off. He's off for the substitution, but with home ice advantage, Miami does get that advantage of the final substitution, so it is all in legality. As the faceoff is stalled at the circle, and that shot is gloved down by Gainey off of the stick of I believe that's Devin DePaul. Ethan Gainey with the first stop, 5 seconds into the power play for Florida Tech. They have yet to score on a pair of chances already in this game. A tough hit along the boards. Sadikis carried himself before the Panthers park it behind their own net. Chencio deflects back from Majewski. Majewski holds 9:20 in the second before he gets a hip check from Abin. Centers up in front. Schneider couldn't get the tip on, and it's going to be a breakout pass here. Chencio before it's stolen away by the Canes. Mensimer. A lucky bounce. Abin has Schneider for potential 2-on-1. Abin tangled up, could not do much. Will just fire it into the Panther zone and go off for the change. Schneider continues to battle for the puck possession. Now it's come back the other way for Rossi. Rossi curls, cuts, and off of the stick. The 2-8s going at it, McGuire and Rossi. And the shot goes up over the net, out of play. It was a nice opportunity here, probably the best opportunity we've seen from this Panthers power play the entire game on a 2-on-2, but that one was thwarted by the diving stick of Kyle McGuire, a 5'11" right-handed shot defenseman, and now the face-off to the left of Gainey. Another chance up in front, and Gainey with a quick glove hand to snap that one in. 47 to go in the penalty called against the Hurricanes. Still inside of the Miami zone, Florida Tech maintains possession. Looking for an outlet. Back to the point. Green lets that one rip. Could not get the deflection he wanted. Chases after it as Pestone. Flutters up in the air and into neutral. Neutral, kind of like the Florida Tech offense at the moment. They're currently down 8-0. as it's taken away. McGuire stolen away and held on again off of the stick of Jared Green. Green looking for his second career goal, his first of the year, but Ethan Gainey stands tall in net. University of Miami currently second place in the entirety of College Hockey South in all of the third division. However, they are tied with the first place team, University of Alabama, but they currently slide to second because of points percentage. But they still have that tying mark with 16 points on the year for the Canes as they dump it down the length of the ice. Just under 8 minutes to go. Back to even. Center ice is the pass. Michelini shoots this one in. Easily corralled. Green whiffs on the stick. Majerzycki around for Green. Cannot find the intended target. Michelini will go. Michelini, a little miscommunication. McClellan has to come back. McClellan for Michelini. And back into the Florida Tech zone. Intercepted by the Canes the other way. A tripping call will come against the Panthers. And another power play opportunity is coming up for the Miami Hurricanes. A little turnover right at neutral ice. And you saw the chop down on the legs of the defender by Jared Green, the captain of this Panthers team. If you include coming into today 19 penalty minutes, which was second on the team coming into today, and now Miami has a chance to the direct left of Howarder. Back to the point, cannot connect. Callahan on the face-off dot to the right side. Back to the point, Zadaikas. Back for Callahan. Callahan stick handles, looks for space. One of the Florida Tech defenders lost a stick and now clear down the length of the ice. Gainey repossesses, first half minute burned off. 6:40 to go in the second. A little whiff and a shorthand opportunity, but that doesn't exist for long. That didn't exist for long as Majerzycki whiffed on the shot. Retaliatory cross check to the back. Potentially could see another penalty coming up here as this game's getting a little feistier now. Turlick goes down, possessed by the Panthers. An interference call against DePaul. Devin DePaul had a slightly late hit, so we will have a minute of 5-on-3 for the Hurricanes. Turlick, Callahan, Lakari with Stone and again for tripping, and a fresh 2 minutes against Devin DePaul. Ted Lakari wins the draw. Back from Mensimer. Fensterstock holds to the back. Lakari to the point. Mensimer finds Stone. Stone with a pump fake. Stone lets one rip. Deflected off of the glove of Howarder. Held on again near side. Sam Stone carries in. Cross ice for Fensterstock. Back to the point. Return for Fensterstock. A little too far for Stone. 32 left to go on the 5-on-3. Sam Stone will hold. Back to the point. Stone rips one. That one high and wide. Mensimer again. And Turlick cannot get the one-timer to go. Turlick backhands Lakari. Quarter minute to go left in the 5-on-3. Wraparound chance. Rebound up in front. Lakari with the whiff. Another chance. Stone recollects. Stone holds. Waits off of a leg. Another chance for Stone. Last 2 seconds to go, and 1. Back to 5-on-4 power play. Stone, cross ice pass off of a leg, and Stone has Green coming out of the box. This was Morgia with a 2-on-2. Morgia against Stone. Morgia drives, and held off by Ethan Gainey. Wide angle chance for Morgia, and Stone and Mensimer said, Gainey, that's all you, and Gainey took that challenge and rose up to the spot. Face off to Gainey's right, won by the Canes. 40 seconds left to go on the Miami power play. Kashikani backhands into the Florida Tech zone. As the puck flutters into the UM bench. 25 seconds are remaining in the tripping penalty to Devin DePaul. Miami currently 3 for 5 as of right now on the power play. This is their 6th opportunity on the power play with 24 seconds left to go. Big hit along the line as Florida Tech cannot contain. Comes to the far side. McGuire with a shot. Rebound up in front. That one goes wide. Majewski looks to dump out, but kept in from the Canes. Majewski with possession. Carries into neutral ice. Back to 5-on-5. Potential 3-on-2. Easily stolen away by Gupta. Gupta makes a nice little move. Gupta falls on his own 2 feet. But another penalty comes against Florida Tech, and now things are getting chippy. Jared Green had a bit of a miniature shoving match in front of the Miami bench. McGuire was there. And Gupta made a nice little move, tangled up inside of the legs was the stick of Ian Taylor. And we might have another penalty coming up against Florida Tech. We might have concurrent penalties as referees look to sort this one out. It looks like there are 2 in the Miami penalty box, 3 in the Florida Tech penalty box. So that's 2 for Kashikani after the whistle in terms of the infractions. There goes 2 minutes on the board for Kyle McGuire. So Miami will be down 2 men. Kashikani and McGuire, that defensive pair is out for the next 2 minutes. 2 minutes in the box for Jared Green. He had that misconduct at the very end, as well as Ian Taylor, who took that initial tripping penalty to start all of the extracurriculars after the play happened. Miami bench looks to gather as we have 2 penalties on each team. We are most likely going to have, and there's the official ruling on the ice, 3-on-3 for the next 2 minutes of play with 4:07 to go in the second period. Face-off will be just outside of the Miami bench. It's Ferry, Mensimer, and Stone with Rossi as Majewski swings it around. Cannot quite connect with Chancio. Rossi tips this one up, fights with Mensimer. Ferry finds Stone, Stone back to Ferry, scores! Tommy Ferry makes this game 9-0 for the Canes. 20 seconds into the 3-on-3. That's his second point of the game for Tommy Ferry. A nice little puck possession battle. And at the end of the day, it's just a 2-on-1 as Stone goes back for Ferry. And now there's confusion on whether or not the goal clears anyone out of the bench. Right now, McGuire is out. He doesn't even just go to the bench. He's going down the line into the locker room. So someone else will have to sit on that. But Tommy Ferry, 16-16 into the second, has assists from Mensimer and Stone to make this game 9-0. A hold, cross eyes, Ross! That shot goes wide. Deflected up in front, stolen away. Here come the Canes the other way. Zadaikis, cross eyes pass, could not connect with Abin. Abin with the turnover and a good body position battle by Zadaikis. 1:11 to go in the concurrent 3-on-3. Far side for Sinkata. He has Abin. Abin deflected, kicked away by Howarder. Majerzuski deflects this one up before Rossi is a potential 2-on-1. Rossi across, fires, they score! Stephen Rossi had Santiago Cencio on the 2-on-1, and Cencio extends his point streak to 8 consecutive games. Just a nice little battle there from Rossi. Had Cencio all alone. Has his 10th goal of the year, 8-game point streak. And this game is still 3-on-3 for another 45 seconds. And the shutout is no more for the Miami Hurricanes. Pestone shoots this one into the Miami zone. McClellan into the Florida Tech zone. McClellan makes the dangle, cannot make anything go. 25 to go in the 3-on-3. Handled hard along the boards. The Panthers steal this one away. Morgia makes a little deke move around the net of Gainey. Morgia continues to play this one. Drops it back, finds Pestone, kicked away easily from Gainey, and played up right along the Florida Tech bench. Back to 5 apiece, 2 minutes to go in the second. Here comes Morgia, 3-on-3, shot well wide. As there's more confusion in front of the Florida Tech bench, Miami will get the possession. Michelini drops it off with the center up in front. Owens drives, and Howarder gets the stop. This is what Miami's been doing all night to Florida Tech, and it's been working pretty much the entire night. Just driving to the net, forcing opportunities, using the speed that this team knows that they have to push the pressure, and it's part of the reason why with 100 seconds left to go in the second, they're up 9-1. Back to the point, Mansamore slaps that one, rebound that one off the glass. Back to neutral ice, goes Stone. A little bit of a board battle in front of the Miami bench. Mansamore cannot contain. Chipped up the length of the ice by Buckley before it's stolen away this time. Moore almost got absolutely barreled into, but he evades the hit the last second. Majerzuski backhands for Green. Green up near side to Paul. Clears it down. Stone, Mansamore, Mansomer has the pole wrapped all over him. Back for Mansomer. Mansomer goes stretch, cannot get the deflection from Moore. This will be icing against the Canes. 40 seconds left in the second period of play. And right now, Florida Tech, they need a touchdown and the 2 to get this game at level. With 40 seconds left to go in the middle frame. Owens versus Rossi. Won by Owens, cleared out by the Canes. Winning the race is Moore. Moore is the first one there, avoids the icing, plays it back. Fensterstock gets shoved off the puck by Green. Held on, Fensterstock deep in the offensive zone. Mansomer banked back for Fensterstock. Around for Moore. Back to Mansomer. Lets that one go. Deflection. That one just goes off of the traffic in front. Mansomer with 10 seconds left to go. In front of the Miami bench. No one can retrieve. Owens behind the Florida Tech net. 3 seconds left to go. Stops, turns. Gotta take a shot. Owens can't get the shot off. And after 2, it's 9-1. 6 different goal scorers on 9 goals is what takes us to 9-1 in favor of the Miami Hurricanes. 8-2 looking for 9-2. Coming up next for the third period on the U Miami Hockey Network. for period number 3 here in Kendall Ice Arena in Kendall, New York, just outside of Miami, Florida. Right, just outside of Miami, Florida, here in Kendall, Florida, where the University of Miami Hurricanes are currently up by 8 on the Florida Tech Panthers. Ryan Lee along with you here in the booth. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And right now, this game has essentially come in waves, no matter how you want to put it. Even strength, power play, shorthanded. This Miami Hurricanes team turning things around right now in the standings coming into today. Miami was only 4 points ahead of Florida Tech, but if things continue the way they have today, this 9-1 lead could vault Miami into a 9-2 record of 11 games played so far. Justin Howarder remains on the one end of the ice for the Florida Tech Panthers. And back at the 10:15 mark of the second period, Ethan Gainey stepped in for starting netminder Jamie Brooks as we're underway here in period number 3. Turlick battles and offside right out of the gate. 9 seconds in, we're already a whistle deep. This one for offside. Tommy Ferry and Jarrett Fensterstock both got goals in the second period. Fensterstock got his 6 minutes deep unassisted. Ferry got his 16-16 into the second period with Mensimer and Stone on the assists. Riker Ferry currently has 15 goals on the year, while Fensterstock has a hat trick, now up to 5 on the year, as this one gets shot deep inside of the Florida Tech zone. Mensimer overshoots the intended target. Turlick gets the re-return. Turlick back to the point. Mensimer. Turlick unable to corral, but gets it once more. Turlick weaves to a defender. Turlick shoots. Could not get the deflection from the man on the side of the net, Callahan. Ted Licari looks for space beyond the official. Mensimer could not get the deflection on the cross-ice pass to Turlick. Cleared to center ice. Max Mensimer shoots it in. And offsides on the carry-in was Callahan, along with Stone. Could not quite come back in time. This is just the opportunities that Miami have had between puck possession and just slipping through the defense. Those cross-ice passes east to west have really become the problem for Florida Tech. They've been unable to stop them, or at least a threat of them on those 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s. The odd man rushes coming the other way have caused huge problems here for the Panthers, where they currently trail 9-1. Schneider holds, backhands, that one gets deflected wide. Schneider races back for it again. Backhands looking for Abin. Buckley fights with Abin. Abin to Ferry. Ferry looks for the hat trick but cannot convert. Buckley goes far side, has a man, Morgia, chased around by Michelini. Morgia disrupted heavily by McKellen. And easily shot in to the Miami zone 2 minutes into the third period. Majewski dumps this one in, and McClellan will have to recover. Chris Michelini dumps this one deep in the Florida Tech zone. Cannot quite look for any intended target, so it's going to be corralled into the corner. Backhanded, Schneider shoots this one up. Ferry along the far corner uses the body for puck possession. Abin continues to fend off defenders. And now Majewski will carry and come out for the breakout. Howarder looks, he had Rossi behind him before he gets tangled up by Kashikani. A potential 3-on-2 here for the Canes. Abin pestered by Howarder, and Howarder gets the puck away before Rossi comes up clear. 3 minutes into the third, still 8 goals the advantage for Miami. McGuire around the boards. Bank it near side. Schneider. He has a lane. Max Schneider. Off of the goal line. How did that stay out? Justin Howarder. Not many saves today, but came up big right there. As Ricky Kashikani, unable to hold, comes back for Chancio. Chancio Kashikani tied up, no call there. DePaul behind the Miami net, taken away by Jarrett Fensterstock. He has a hat trick today, scored his third in the second. Brendan Moore with a dangle. Moore cannot find his target up in front. Owens overskated. Stolen away again by Jarrett Fensterstock. Not just a hat trick, add an assist on that as well. That's 4 points on the game. He had 4 points on the year coming into today. As Fensterstock shoots this one deep. Jarrett Fensterstock dangles, shoots. That one deflected off of the post. And Sincata has to recover. Back again for Moore. Tangle up behind the Florida Tech cage. Justin Howarder, 2 great saves to deny Raymond Owens his hat trick. And a Panther is slower to get up. That's Jared Green, the captain of this Panthers team. Take another look at the opportunity here as the shot into the zone was blocked in front. Another chance was unable to go. And Florida Tech, despite being down 9-1, they are able to get the bodies in front. And now, double checking on Jared Green, as well as the net coming off of its moorings. And we like to remind you that University of Miami is at Florida Southern tomorrow on Veterans Day. That game is at 8, the first road game since way early in the season. And for a team that coming in today was 7-0-1 in their last 8, you look to take that advantage to Florida Southern. Then back here on December 1st and December 2nd versus St. Leo and versus Florida Southern. The draw basically a wash as Florida Tech streaks that one down the ice. No icing call as it was last deflected off of a cane. Also a power play for the Miami Hurricanes as Logan Rutt is in the box. Miami currently 3 for 5 today. Another call. Another call comes as one of the audience members on the Florida Tech supporter section has been thrown out for vulgar language here in the third period, 5 minutes deep into the third. And the fan exiting the stands right now, making errant gestures towards the official, and the referees are just standing there until he is off of the ice surface. 15:07 in period 3, 1:39 in the power play for Miami. Rutt in the box. Scramble at the dot, no one can quite retrieve before it's swatted away by Sincata. Back inside of the defensive zone, Zadakis comes near side before Florida Tech steals it away. Back to the point, Sincata tries the shot, blocked away. Another opportunity here for Zadakis. Pestered hard, Zadakis with control still. Zadakis drives to the net, fakes the shot, holds. Back to the point, Sincata. Sincata, couple of Panther bodies up in front, looks for possession. Final minute in the power play for the Canes. And kept in by Sincata, makes a dangle. Sincata makes a defender lose a stick, backhander. That one was just across the line and not in. Behind the Florida Tech net, Nas fights for it. Gupta recovers just in front of the Florida Tech bench before it's cleared away. Nice stick on the defensive unit from Devin DePaul. Half a minute to go in the power play, and now here comes Callahan on his knees, back on his feet. Callahan looks for the centering pass to Turlick, cannot complete, and shot down with a quarter minute to go in the power play. 13:40 to go in the third. Cross-ice pass, Callahan settles, stopped by Howarder. Turlick cannot get the rebound. As we're back to even strength, 13.5 to go in the third. Mensimer races, icing, and Rossi makes an argument with the officials that should not be an icing against Florida Tech, as it was before, the power play expired. Rossi trying to make his case. One of the leaders on this team in multiple categories, including goals and points for the Panthers, is Steven Rossi. But he has to take the face-off back in his own zone where he will win it. But chased back by Callahan. Callahan waits, flutters on the shot, comes back to the point. Mensimer will just retreat inside of neutral ice. Stone with Chencio behind him, drops off for Mensimer. Across the red line and the blue. Mensimer with a drag. Mensimer tries to go for the dangle, could not get that one to go as it's held in by Turlick. Jake Turlick. Mensimer up on the forecheck. Mensimer. Wrap around is Lakari. He has an assist so far today. Lakari behind the cage. Lakari finds a man up in front. That's Stone. Retreated by Turlick. A couple of Panthers will make changes, as will some Canes. Florida Tech are inside of their own inside their own defensive zone where Miami has the puck. Stone looks for it in his feet. Stone still has it. Continues to evade defenders. Lets that one go inside of the chest. Rebound in front for Abbott. That one goes wide. Captain at the point. Stone. Blast one. Kicked away for Howarder. Counter-attack the other way for Florida Tech. Steven Rossi along the right wing. Behind the Miami net. Loses it and cannot regain. And a potential 2-on-2 coming for Miami. Abbott and Schneider will take their sweet, sweet time. Let Gainey get to the bench. Ferry. Schneider stopped by Howarder. Schneider and Abbott were just waiting for all day. Had Ferry as the streaker, and Ferry set up Schneider, and Howarder got across to make the stop. And now a penalty up for Florida Tech. Another roughing after the end of the play. This time Derek Morgia takes a spot for 2 minutes. Ferry with a deflection off of the draw, cannot get it to go past Howarder, and it's held on by Buckley. Grady Abbott, he has an assist so far today. He'll hold near side. 20 seconds deep in the power play for Miami before it comes off with the skate of DePaul. DePaul carries, holds, will just look to eat up as much clock as possible. Is DePaul. Continues to make a juke move around a flurry of defenders for the Canes. McClellan wide for Schneider. Schneider looking for Ferry on the deflection, cannot get it to go. Ferry has a pair, was looking for the triple. 10.5 back in the Miami zone. 1 minute to go in the power play for the Canes. McClellan races through the offensive zone. Backhands for Moore. Brandon Moore steps in. Cannot get past his defender. And Owens comes back again. Owens. Cross for Michelini. Takes the shot. Kashikani into the glove of Howarder. Ever since letting up 7 goals in the first period, Justin Howarder has been getting sharper by the period. But the big question is it too little too late, as we see the blast here from Kashrakani was gobbled up right into the chest of Howarder. Still 39 seconds left to go in the power play for UM, 10:08 in the third, as that sent down the length of the ice gets past McGuire. Halfway through the first period, half a minute to go in the shorthanded kill for the Florida Tech Panthers, who are currently down by a score of 9-1. Deflected, Owens keeps it, Owens, more, shot wide. Fensterstock already has 4 points and a hat trick today. Behind the net goes Moore. Fensterstock backhands Moore. Moore drives off of the paddle and out of play. Just a singular second left on the penalty against Morgia. And this will be Florida Tech. If you're looking at Florida Tech, this is not the way that you envisioned closing out 2023, as this is the last game for Florida Tech in the entire school year. That one goes off of the leg of Howarder. As it's held in, back to even, Owens. Owens waits, just continues to possess. Owens behind the net, Moore, center up in front, scramble in front of the net. Cannot get a chance up in front. Owens unable to retrieve. Stolen away by Rossi. Rossi tries to dangle. And a penalty comes up. A chance up in front, Gainey with the stop. And that one gets held on by a Miami defender. 9 minutes to go in the third. Florida Tech will have a chance on the man advantage. Interference against Ricky Kashrakani, and Florida Tech yet to convert. They had 4 chances earlier in the game. This is their 5th, and they have not done anything with it. The only goal they had came at even strength. 9 minutes to go in the game, 2-minute power play with Ricky Kashrakani sitting in the box. Ethan Gainey, easy stop, poked away by the Canes, and now a counterattack, shorthanded. Here comes Fensterstock. Fensterstock drives to the net, cannot get anything available. Owens, lost it. Chancio, behind his own net. Stolen away by Raymond Owens before it gets taken back again by the Panthers. Continue to drive. That one deflected over the glass. A minute 23 left in the power play for Florida Tech. 8:20 in the remainder of this game. Miami up 9-1. A bump behind the net of the Canes, as there's still a possession battle. Chancio whips it around before it's stolen away. Sincata dumps it up. And a little self-poke check from Owens, but cannot quite get it to himself. Owens continues on the forecheck, and that referees, no call. Fans say otherwise. However, fans are not the ones in charge of those calls. Max Mensimer dumps it down, blocked away. Majewski comes up near side. Rossi retreats in his own zone. Pestered by Fensterstock. Now Rossi, he makes a charge. A potential 3-on-2 here for the Panthers. Knocked away by the Canes penalty kill. Half a minute left. The drive. Blockered away. Another chance up in front. Nas could not quite get the rebound. Pastone into the offensive zone. Quarter minute left. Miami shorthanded. Near side, Jonathan Nas. Nas overskates, turned away by Howarder, and now this will come for Pastone. Fans on the shot. Pastone continues to drive forward, cannot quite get anything to go, and Nas will drive as it's just after Kashrakani is out of the box. So this will be the icing against the Canes, just under 7 to go in the third, maintaining their 8-goal lead. Some of the guys on this team with some big scoring numbers. Jarrett Fensterstock has 4 points. Raymond Owens, a pair of goals. Thomas Ferry, 2 goals, 2 assists. Game with now it goes behind the net. Max Mensimer chips it away. Poked up, Michael Nas cannot quite escape. Off of a skate, Stone gets a deflection, rebound! Cleared on the doorstep by Mensimer. What a defensive play from Max Mensimer to clear that one off the goal line as Miami will look to turn back the other way. Here comes Sam Stone. Stone has support. Stone dangles, fires off the glass. A send up in front. Stone looking for the puck. No one available. Taken away by Rossi. Florida Tech 6-6 coming into today off of the 12 games played. Only 12 points in the standings for the College Hockey South 3rd Division as there's a 2-on-2. Nas way high, over the head, out of play. Coming into today, Florida Tech, they lost back-to-back games on a week ago today in Florida. Lost 4-1 versus the Gators, and then lost in overtime 5-4 against Citadel. They were outscored 9-5 during that 2-game stretch to take those 2 back-to-back losses. Almost held in by Callahan. Callahan along the wing, cross-ice pass. Turlick could not quite get the vision on that. Back to Licari, high slot. Bouncer goes wide. Licari centers. Licari could not get the swipe he wanted. Derek Morgia into the offensive zone, just says fine, I'll do it myself before Turlick intercepts along the corner. Zamboni door. Turlick, 5 1/4 to go in the third. This Miami team won 7-0-1 in their last 8. The one overtime loss came versus Lynn a month ago, as it's going to be centered up in front. Turlick cannot get the drag. A chance up in front for Licari. That one goes off of a body in front with just under 5 to go in the regulation time. Jake Turlick to the point goes McClellan. Turlick cannot get the handle he wanted, but held in by McClellan. McClellan and Michelini cross paths. McClellan dumps it before he takes a hit. Miami makes changes. Panthers will too. Puck inside of the Miami blue line. No one can quite get a clear possession. Swung away. Ferry just trickles into the Florida Tech zone. Right in front of the Panthers bench. 4 on defense for Miami. Long shoot in, easy hold on for Gainey. And the scramble in front of the net, Gainey did not have possession, and that one sneaks its way through. Gainey had the shot initially, wanted to corral that one back into his glove, did not have it long enough for the possession, and that will bring up Jacob Medeiros to put him on the board for the first time this year. The reach out from Gainey, he thought he had it, turned out to be loose, and because the whistle did not come yet, Jacob Medeiros gets his first goal of the season, 3rd of his club hockey career. 9-2 now for University of Miami. Scramble up in front, blocked in front, goes over the net. Schneider cannot quite poke it away. Miami still has a 7-goal advantage as Schneider exits the defensive zone. Schneider, way to use the body to keep possession of the puck before it gets turned away by Chancio. And shot down, length of the ice. Panthers, wholesale change. Be sure to follow us the rest of the year. Couple weeks from now versus St. Leo and Florida Southern right here in Kendall Ice Arena on the University of Miami Hockey Network, right on YouTube as the puck goes up out of play for Tommy Ferry. Last one to touch up on it. Miami Hurricanes, 65 goals heading into today. That was 4th amongst all the teams in College Hockey South in the 3rd Division. Florida Tech actually had scored more goals. They had the third most goals with 67, only managed to score 2 today. Shot up in front, deflected, goes wide. Bank off the boards, down the length. Evans Zadakis will hold on. A quarter under 3 minutes to go in period number 3. 9-2 the lead for University of Miami. And Florida Tech wants the icing, they'll get it, as Moore was unable to connect to prevent icing. So going into today, University of Miami had a 5-game winning streak. They outscored their opponents 38-16 during that stretch. And they have increased their totals. Currently lead by 7, 9-2 over Florida Tech. Backhander, poked up, Fensterstock. Near side, fights off a defender, Jared Fensterstock looking for 4, Fensterstock could not bury it. Another chance up in front, goes wide. Moore races, banks it off the glass behind the Florida Tech net. Near side for Sincata, blocker up and out of play. 2:05 in regulation. Just a nice little race up in the neutral ice area for Fensterstock. He's had a hat trick today. He was looking for the 4. Came into today with 2 goals on the season. He's already had 3 just today alone. And this is his first game. He played both games versus Florida State. That was his first game played in over a month for Fensterstock, who's fighting for the puck on the near half wall. Puck battle lost, collision, Owens poked away, a quarter under 2 to go. Miami continues to fight for possession inside of the offensive zone. Fensterstock cannot get around the official. Howarder has Owens away from him. Moore lets that one go. Fensterstock just shoots that one in to the direction of the net, and some extracurricular activity after the play. A little bit of tussling. One of the Florida Tech players goes down. We saw a jab of face mask. Right now that is Owens and Chancio going at it, a little bit of jawing back and forth. Right now, Santino Chancio is heated right now. Owens just retaliating. Officials telling both teams go back to their bench. Howard took an extra poke right after the end of the play. With 80 seconds left to go in regulation. Santino Chancio will take a seat in the box, less than 2 minutes to go in the game. And officials look to be sending Sincata in there as well. That's Sincata and that's Owens into the box. Right now, with Howarder getting a little bit close into the business of Nas. There are 4 skaters for Florida Tech, 5 for Miami. There are currently 2 men in the box for Miami, 1 man in the box for Florida Tech. We'll see how the officials want to review this, and they'll just get all referees trying to say, put the penalties on the board. That's the holdup right now, is the timekeeper has yet to put the... First off, timekeeper does not have the penalties currently on the score clock. And number 2, because it looks like Miami committed the extra infraction, this will become a power play for Florida Tech. 0 for 6 so far today on the extra man advantage for the Panthers. 80 seconds left to go. And Jonathan Nas has to get off. As the Florida Tech Panthers should be going to the power play. There are 2 Miami Hurricanes in the penalty box. There's 1 in the box for Florida Tech. Scorekeepers, you can see they still have yet to put up any penalties on the board whatsoever. There's the penalty we've been waiting for. Raymond Owens, 2 minutes, 1:20 left in regulation time. Nas looked to poke it away, cannot do so before it gets there on the second opportunity. DePaul for Derek Morgia. Morgia drives the net, goes for the wraparound, cannot find the man on the other side. Rossi back to the point, deflected up in front, stopped by Gainey. Final minute to go in the third period. Miami up by 7, 9-2 scoreline. Nas disrupts Marjuski. DePaul looks to evade the forecheck from Gupta, and he does. DePaul, near side, Morgia. Morgia carries the body. That shot goes wide from Rossi. Behind the net of Gainey with half a minute left to go in the power play. Cross-ice pass blocked in front by, that was a great defensive play from Kashikani. Quarter minute left to go. All on the power play for Florida Tech. Dumped down length of the ice by Gupta. And this will be held on behind the net of Florida Tech. Marjuski will float this one down, and that will do it. A 7-goal barrage in the first half decides this game, 9-2 in favor of the Miami Hurricanes. The jump to 9-2 on the season in their 11 games played, 18 points in the standing, and 8-1, pardon, here at Kendall. The Florida Tech Panthers on the other side, 12 games played, 6-1. They'll be stuck at 12 points on the standings, and they'll drop to 2-4 on the road as both teams take their handshakes. And just some players of note, including the Miami Hurricanes going 3 for 6 on the power play. Florida Tech going 0 for 7. Jarrett Fensterstock, a hat-trick performance along with another assist, a 4-point night, is enough to get the Miami Hurricanes over the hump versus Florida Tech. Tack on a pair for both Owens and Ferry to seal this game, 9-0 Hurricanes. This has been it for us here in the University of Miami Hockey Network. Final score, 9-2 in favor of the Hurricanes over the Panthers. The next game is on the road at Florida Southern, and they'll be back here on the 1st of December versus St. Leo right here on the University of Miami Hockey Network here on YouTube. I'm Ryan Lee. Have a great rest of your night.